Hey guys, what's going on? This is Apple Investigator here, and it's been a few days now since Apple has unveiled their brand new device, the Apple Watch. And wow, I have some very odd opinions about this. I'm happy, I'm a little bit upset. I have a lot of different things to say, and I wanted to take my time getting those thoughts rounded up before doing a video right after the event. So, in this video, I'm just going to be discussing the Apple Watch, what I think about it, and without further ado, let's jump right in. Now, just a quick little disclaimer before we do begin this video. I really love Apple. I am a fanboy, you could say, because I do own a lot of the different products, and I am very quick to defend the company on a number of occasions. I do own an iPhone 6 Plus, I have an iPad Air 2, so on it goes, and you guys already know that, blah blah. And it probably doesn't really matter to you, but I just like the way iOS and OS X come together. I think that they work and function perfectly, and yes, I just wanted to tell you guys that before I share my opinions about the watch. Now, when the Apple Watch was first announced, I didn't really like the design, to be honest. I thought that Apple was going to come out with something really unique and innovative looking, and when I saw the Apple Watch with its square face and stuff like that, I didn't really feel like they did anything differently than any of the other smartwatches that had already been brought out to the market. Now, to say the other watches have failed is very true as well, so I didn't really know what to think of the Apple Watch when it came out. I just figured, oh well, they're just another one to come out with a smartwatch, and it's sort of the same old thing. But anyways, as the event approached, excitement built, obviously, and I got a little more excited about the design, and I really started to dig it quite close to the event. So March rolled around, and here we are. Apple announced that they were going to be having an event, and now it's been announced. They announced that it was going to be $349 back in September, but it was very unclear at what the other price points were going to be, and the differing sizes, the different materials used with the casings, and then the differing bands. So when I think about the watch price point at $349, it's really not too bad when you compare it to other watches on the market. I mean, not compared to other smartwatch prices, but compared to other watches, $349 really isn't too bad, and I don't think I would mind paying that for a premium watch. But then you think about it, and then you have to say, well, it's 38 millimeters, so that's too small for my wrist. You guys can check out the the paper cutouts. I'll link that down below. You can see actually how small the 38 millimeter is. So will probably appeal to more female wrists, but some male wrists maybe, but 42 millimeter is definitely what I would be after. That brings you up to $50 more. Now we're talking about the sport model here, and this includes a sport band, so just a typical rubber band, which also retails for $50 on the side, but it is bundled with the Apple Sport Watch at those prices of $349 and $399. Now, another distinguishing factor between the Apple Sport Watch and the next level up, which is the Apple Watch, is that you're not getting a sapphire cover on the Sport Watch. You are also getting a aluminum enclosured frame on the Sport, and you are getting a stainless steel one on the regular Apple Watch, but the sapphire glass is only available on the Apple Watch. Now, speaking from experience here, I have been using a Citizen watch for quite some time now, and it is a very, very nice watch. It has a sapphire cover, and there have been so many occasions where I have just ran into the countertop or ran into something with my watch, and if it didn't have a sapphire cover, there would be scratches all over this thing. And the last thing that I want to have to worry about is putting a screen protector on my Apple Sport Watch, covering it up from scratches and all that. I just don't really want to deal with that, and sapphire cover is really a must-have for me. So speaking about having a sapphire cover, when I'm wearing a watch, I want it to look classy, and I would rather have something that really looks good to the eye rather than wearing a rubber sports band. Now, I do partake in some sporting activities, and this wouldn't be bad to have a sport watch, but I would much rather prefer to have something that really looks nice and has sort of a classy look. My original intent was looking at the Link bracelet when it was first announced, and it looked like something that I wouldn't mind wearing, as my current watch has a Link bracelet sort of design to it. Now, when I saw the Link bracelet unveiled in September, I was thinking, oh well, that band is going to cost a little bit more than the others, maybe $150 to $200. But then Apple announces the individual pricing for the bands, and I see that the Link bracelet is costing $450 in the US and $600 where I am in Canada. Like, whoa, that's a lot for a watch band, and I did not expect that the watch band price was going to go above the price of an iPad or even the price of a iPod or the price of, to relative Apple products, this is a lot. Like $600 here in Canada for a band, I can't really justify that. And I guess it was just a little bit of a shock. I didn't really expect the bands to be that much. Now, if I wanted to combo this Link bracelet with my Apple Watch, that is the stainless steel design, we're looking at over $1,000, about $1,300 to $1,400 here in Canada, and I just wasn't really planning on paying that much for a watch. I was thinking, yes, I'm going to pay a little bit of a premium price, maybe somewhere between $500 and $600, not a problem, and I get a nice band, but I didn't really expect it to approach the price of a Mac. Now we're into the MacBook price, and you have to remember this is a smartwatch. I'm not exactly sure that Apple did a good enough job convincing the average consumer at their event that they need a smartwatch. Yes, there are a lot of useful and cool applications that they showed off. There's the Apple TV control and putting your garage door up and down or watching it close, whatever, or using it as a camera viewfinder. That's all cool and everything for your iPhone, but did they show real uses where the average consumer is going to need a smartwatch? And honestly, I don't think they did. I see, from a geek perspective, I see it as a really cool toy. Some average consumers may want to wear one, but for the general population, I don't think they did a good enough job telling people why they need one. And this has been exactly the problem that the other smartwatch manufacturers have faced. There has not been a reason for people to want to just go out and buy one. And now Apple presents one at very high price points, and they think that the population is going to go out and start spending. Yes, there are Apple fans out there like myself, and there are people that will be willing to spend that much money. But personally, I'm not ready to spend over $500 for a smartwatch. And I know the Apple Watch is nice, but for $500 here in Canada, that's going to get me the sport model. And I don't really want to wear a rubber band, like I've said. So, yeah. Now, I've also been talking to some other fellow Apple fans on Twitter, just some other tech guys who also sort of agree with my opinion, sort of echo my sentiment towards the Apple Watch. It's a really cool, nice to have device, but is it something you need? Some of them are saying that it definitely could be used in a lot of useful applications. I do agree, but once again, it comes down to the price and the smartwatch name, and does it really belong on your wrist? When there's a lot of things that the watch does that I could just do on my iPhone, and I'm not going to be using my iPhone now that I have my watch out, but then Apple says that you're only doing short little tasks on your watch. So I don't know, the whole thing seems still a little bit of a blur to me. I have some very mixed emotions about this whole thing, and I'm sort of uncertain, and I'm very eager to see how the market responds. I don't think we're going to be seeing iPhone-like launch lines or anything like that. I think maybe it's going to have a big launch at the beginning. The people who want one, especially the people who have been waiting out on other smartwatches like the Pebble, waiting out for the Apple Watch, will be out there to buy it. But I think it will drop off considerably because there's still a large number of people that don't see themselves needing a device like this. Now, I really like the Apple Watch, the way it charges and everything like that. And just being an Apple fan, I can see myself wanting to put one on my wrist. It's just, I haven't figured out why I need to spend the money. I want to spend the money because it's an Apple product and we just buy them all naturally. But this time, it's the most I've ever had a problem justifying why I need it. So this was just a little bit of a rant sort of video style. I really just wanted to see what the opinion is out there about the Apple Watch. I want you to let me know down in the comments below what you think about it. Do you think that it's overpriced? I mean, $349 for the 38mm Sport doesn't seem like a bad price, like I mentioned, but at that price point, you're also not getting the classy as well as the sapphire cover and the premium build that you would expect. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Leave your comments down below what you think. I look forward to hearing from you. I'll be replying to everyone, and I will talk to you guys a little bit later. Peace.